So, have you ever noticed how a random comment online can suddenly explode? Just become this whole thing?
Oh, definitely. And lately, there's been this really interesting one bubbling up.
Right. It started with what seems like a totally innocent phrase, but it led to Portugal getting nicknamed uh, Guiana Brasileira.
Exactly. Brazilian Guiana.
Yeah.
It sounds, like a geography mistake, but nope. It's actually Brazilians online just had a bit of fun with it.
Okay, so for this deep dive, we've been doing the scrolling,
Hmm.
reading the articles, even lurking in some forums to figure out how this all went down.
Yeah, we're looking at TikTok trends, news reports that track the meme, and just some really creative, sometimes kind of spiky online chat.
And our mission basically is to unpack how this like simple joke turned into this kind of post-colonial satire thing.
Yeah.
We want to look at the cultural clash, the funny renaming, and obviously the huge role TikTok played.
Absolutely. TikTok as the engine, you can say.
So let's rewind. How did Guiana Brasileira even start? It feels like it popped up out of nowhere.
Well, it really seemed to gain traction around April of last year,
Oh, October.
2025. And a key moment, according to CNN Brazil anyway, seems to be a post from the Barcelona women's football team.
Oh, what about it?
They mentioned one of their Portuguese players, and she'd used this classic Brazilian Portuguese phrase, Fala, galera.
Ah, Fala galera. Yeah, super common in Brazil. Like, hey, folks, or what's up, everyone? Very Brazilian.
Exactly. So a Portuguese player using that specific phrase, well, you can see how that might spark something.
Yeah, that sounds like the perfect little, maybe unintentional nudge to ignite some friendly or maybe not so friendly rivalry online.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Doaça Sports, a sports site, noted this too, said it sparked these playful exchanges between Brazilians and Portuguese online. Started as, lighthearted banter, a bit of fun us versus them.
But hang on, how do we get from Fala galera, just, hey,
Yeah.
folks, to renaming Portugal Brazilian Guiana? That's quite a leap. What's the connection?
Well, that's where the internet hive mind gets creative, right? The Fala Galera thing sort of opened the door, it seems. Brazilians started playfully flipping the script on the whole colonial history.
Oh,
So calling Portugal Guiana Brasileira, it's this tongue-in-cheek reversal. Like, Portugal is the colony now, but, as a joke, a meme.
gotcha. So it's basically humor turning history upside down. Makes sense in a weird
Yeah.
internet way. But how did that land in Portugal? Being called Brazilian Guiana, I bet reactions were mixed.
Oh, absolutely mixed. Very much so. We saw this one TikTok. The title was something like Guiana Brasileira. Some Portuguese got irritated and made videos. So yeah, clearly some people were not amused.
Right. I mean, getting hit with a joke that pokes at historical power stuff, even if it's meant lightly, can definitely, hit a nerve for some people.
True. But then on the flip side, a lot of Portuguese folks responded with humor too. Like total satire back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manuel Cardoso on radio commercial. He came up with this list of 12 hilarious hypothetical names for Brazil, imagining it as a U.S. colony, playing on U.S. state names mixed with Brazilian culture.
Okay, give me some examples.
Oh, things like Sun Kentucky or Hawaii Tuatafarel, which is a great football reference. Really clever stuff.
Uh-huh. Fun Kentucky. That's brilliant. It's great when the humor goes both ways, becomes a proper exchange. What about other platforms? Like Reddit?
Yeah, Reddit too. Over on the Portuguese subreddit, the reactions were all over the place. Some users thought it was genuinely funny, joined in. Others felt, pretty offended by it. It really showed that range of how people feel about national identity, history, and how they take jokes like this.
It definitely paints a picture of a real online cultural moment playing out. The jokes, the arguments, the whole spectrum.
And it's probably worth mentioning, just factually, that some reports around that time did note a rise in complaints about xenophobia against Brazilians in Portugal, like a pretty significant increase.
Okay, yeah. So while a lot of it was playful banter, there's potentially a more serious undercurrent there about real-world tensions. Important context.
Exactly. It's not all just fun and games, even if the meme itself started that way.
Right. Okay, let's dive back into the creative explosion, though, this Guiana Brasileira identity. It sounds like people got really inventive.
They absolutely did. And TikTok was ground zero for this. There was this creator, Bruno Predeman. He made a video joking about Portugal's retaliation by renaming Brazilian states with U.S. twists. We heard a few like Fun Kentucky.
Yeah, those are great.
And others like Capivara Talks, Californibus, Mississippi do Pica-Pau Amarelo, Uai, Omissão. just mashing up cultures hilariously.
This is CTO. That's niche.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just state names, right? Didn't actual places get involved somehow?
Yeah. Wildly enough, for a little while, according to Canaltech, if you looked on Google Maps, Pernambuco MP, which is a state in Brazil, actually showed up inside Portugal, labeled as part of Guiana Brasileira.
No way. On Google Maps.
Yep. Part of the joke went that far. And there was even a TikTok account, Guiana Brasileira, a fork, that created a spoof national anthem.
A national anthem. Okay, the dedication level is impressive. You got to admire the commitment to the bit.
Totally. And you had creators filming TikToks about the meme all over Europe online.
Yeah.
It just showed how far the trend spread.
Right.
We even saw Brazilians making videos sort of playfully teaching the supposed citizens of Guiana Brasileira about Brazilian culture and language, like literal Eaton's videos, really leaning into that role reversal.
It's like this slightly cheeky, ongoing cultural lesson happening via memes.
Pretty much. And there was this quiz, Guiana Brasileira Part 2, by Repetante's official on TikTok. They gave funny Brazilian names for Portuguese things.
Like what?
Okay, so like Mato Grosso do Sul became Mato Fino do Norte. Porto Seguro, which means safe harbor, became Capitanias Desnecessárias, which is a direct, kind of sarcastic reference to Brazil's old colonial land divisions.
Wow. Okay. That's actually really clever. Weaving historical bits into these jokes. The detail is pretty impressive for just an online trend.
It really is.
So it feels undeniable. TikTok was just massive in making this happen.
Oh, absolutely central. TikTok was the engine. Its whole format, short videos, easy sharing, it's just perfect for this kind of rapid-fire creative back and forth between users in Brazil and Portugal.
And the hashtags, obviously. Hashtag Guiana Brasileira must have been everywhere.
Exactly. That hashtag was key. It let everyone find the content, jump in, add their own spin. It created this temporary, focused online community all around this one joke.
And it didn't just stay between Brazil and Portugal, did it? I think I saw something about Denmark.
That's right. Revista Forum mentioned someone from Denmark jokingly chiming in, asking for Brazil to colonize them next.
Okay, so it went properly international.
Yeah, it shows how the core humor, that idea of flipping power dynamics, kind of resonated even outside the original context.
Okay, so pulling it all together, Guiana Brasileira started with the footballer saying, Fala, galera.
And just snowballed
Yeah.
into this huge, creative, often funny online phenomenon.
It's a pretty amazing case study, really, how online culture can grab a tiny spark and just run with it, turns it into something much bigger that reflects on culture, history, all wrapped up in humor.
Exactly. It's this lighthearted, satirical meme, but it triggered this real cultural exchange and, yeah, occasional clash fueled by wordplay and amplified massively by TikTok.
This seemingly simple joke gives us this, fun window into online culture today and how echoes of the past keep showing up in surprising ways.
Well put.
So maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. Have you seen other online trends like this, where a joke kind of playfully messes with history or national identity? What do these moments tell us about how we connect, how we find humor, especially now in this super globalized digital world? Definitely something to mull over.